Hello and welcome to the Insider's Guide to VantagePoint. This tutorial describes how to use Scan for Opportunities to identify a potential position trade. Scan for Opportunities is a powerful screening tool that can help you rapidly identify markets that have advantageous trading conditions. In this tutorial, you will learn how to use the default Scan for Opportunities settings to identify a potential position trade. Before you can use Scan for Opportunities, you must first open the charts or reports for the markets of interest. For this tutorial, I am going to open my ETF portfolio, and this consists of a chart for every market in the ETFs category, literally dozens of markets. I begin by opening the portfolio. After all of the charts or reports in the portfolio are open, you can access Scan for Opportunities using either of the following methods. You can click Portfolio on the main menu, and then select Scan for Opportunities on the drop-down menu, or right-click on the name of the open portfolio, and then select Scan for Opportunities from this drop-down menu. The results of the scan are shown in the top window. I'm going to click on the red X to close the navigation pane, and this will create more room for the Scan for Opportunities window, allowing us to take a closer look at these results. First, you want to identify the markets that had a medium-term cross one day ago, and there are two ways you can go about doing this. In the first, do a single left click on the column heading Medium-Term Cross Days Ago, and this sorts the results in order. You would then focus on the three markets that had a medium-term cross one day ago. Or you can filter these results. To do that, do a single left click on the funnel icon and then select one from the drop-down list, because again, we are looking for only the markets that have a medium-term cross one day ago. When I filter the results, instead of having the entire list of markets in the Scan for Opportunities window, I have now only the three that have a medium-term cross of one day ago. The next thing I want to look at is medium-term cross. If this value is up, this means that the blue line crossed above the black line, predicting an uptrend. If this value is down, it means that the blue line crossed below the black line, predicting a downtrend. The next values that you want to look at are PTS diff trend, PTM diff trend, and you compare these values to the medium-term cross and look for agreement among the three values. For example, when medium-term cross is down, ideally you want to see PTS diff trend down and PTM diff trend down. And when medium-term cross is up, you're looking for PTS diff trend to be up and PTM diff trend to be up. And you can see in this example, the only one that meets the criteria of having these three values the same is the iShares MSCI Mexico Index Fund. Let's take a look at this on one of the charts. For example, I have the iShares MSCI Mexico Index Fund. I right-click on that, select Properties, and then apply the short-term and medium-term predicted differences to the chart. Now, when both PTS diff trend and PTM diff trend are up, this means that these lines are sloping upward. And you can see that in this chart. Next, we are going to look at the short-term difference and medium-term difference values. When both of these numbers are greater than 0, as in the example the iShares MSCI Mexico Index Fund, this confirms a predicted uptrend. When both of these values are less than 0, this confirms the predicted downtrend. The neural index value can also confirm the uptrend or the downtrend. For example, a neural index of 0 means that VantagePoint predicts that the market will go down within the next 2 trading days. A neural index equals to 1 means that VantagePoint predicts the market will go up within the next 2 trading days. And again, this is another way to confirm the predicted up or down trend. And there's one final indicator, the P high, P low break. When this value is high, it confirms the uptrend. When this value is low, it confirms the downtrend. And in this example, you see we have 2 nones, and this means the uptrend or downtrend can neither be confirmed or denied. So you can see how much time the scan for opportunities will save you each day as you go through markets and attempt to identify potential trading opportunities. For example, even with me talking you through it and describing these indicators, it still took us roughly 5 minutes to scan 60 or more ETF markets and identify one potential opportunity. So this is an excellent time-saving feature that you should be putting to use to help you with your VantagePoint analysis. I also want to be careful to point out that Scan for Opportunities identifies possible potential trading opportunities. And these markets are markets you want to take a closer look at and then consider a variety of other factors before you actually place a trade. So it's not saying, yes, you should place a trade in this market, and no, you should not place a trade in these other markets, but rather it's narrowing your focus so then you can make your own educated decision on what presents a good trading opportunity for you. Thank you for watching. Please visit the Market Technologies Learning Center for additional tutorials.